Now, social media consists of a lot of different things. It consists of Facebook. It consists of Twitter. It consists of LinkedIn. Have you ever heard of those? I'm sure LinkedIn. YouTube. You probably haven't heard it. Maybe Dig, something like that. Social bookmarking site. Does anybody know what that is? Somebody tell me what a social bookmarking site is. That is incredible. You're exactly right. All of you at one time. It is a place where you can go and bookmark your sites, and those people who are members of that social bookmarking site that are your friends can see what you've liked. You see, it's all this big social, just big mess of things that are going on. So if your stationary media is like, or your website is like that place in the far off part of the universe, guess where social media is? Social media is all the places in the universe where things are happening, where people are congregating, where they're talking and where they're interacting. That's what best describes social media. Now, do you know what the very first social media entity or opportunity to use, or what is the one thing that brought social media into existence? Do you know what it is? College, yeah, that's right. College, certainly with Facebook. It's actually the first social medium out there was the blog. You know what the word blog means? Weblog. And here's what makes it different from your website. Your website, a website article. A website article is just about information that's just stagnant out there that tells a lot. But a blog allows you to use video, written text, pictorial, audio, anything that you want to communicate. It allows you to do that, but then gives people the opportunity to do two things. What are those two things? First one is to what? Read it and comment on it. And the second one is now I have the ability to push your blog to a friend. And so what you find is that a blog, it's probably, if you're looking at what's the very first thing, the easiest thing that I can do to begin to build this pillar of your broadcast company, it's to write a blog. Now, writing a blog really isn't that hard. I mean, I don't know if you've been to the Huffington Post, and you may not like the politics one way or the other, and it really doesn't matter because you can't deny their success. Did you know that all the Huffington Post is a curator of a bunch of people who are writing blogs, many of which are doing it for free? That they are writing for free and they are being uploaded into the Huffington Post. And that just recently, did you know that the Huffington Post was sold to AOL? Do you know how much for? $315 million. Now, that was in 5 years. In 5 years, it went to $315 million. Now, what if you could write a blog that you could, for your credit union, that could turn into where someone bought it for $315 million? You'd sell it to them. And the credit union would be renamed under your name. But no one's expecting that to happen. No one's expecting for you to write a blog post that can ultimately create a value where your company can be sold for $315 million. But I can tell you what it will do. It certainly will create $315 million worth, quote unquote, in your brand. Because now what you're doing is you're saying, I have something to say, and I value what you think about what I have to say. Let's make it all about you and go. That's an example of social media. Now, if we looked at social media, obviously, I've mentioned it earlier, what's the number one social media outlet today? Absolutely. And it's going to be Facebook. And probably everybody has, in fact, who does not have a Facebook page? Okay? What business in here does not have a Facebook fan page? Okay. So most of people in here have a Facebook fan page, and most businesses in here have a Facebook business page. If the website is your brick and mortar in the universe, and social media or all the hot spot or all the places where people communicate or congregate. Facebook is the downtown hot spot. That's where a lot of people are going to hang out. And what you want in that is your little corner of downtown that when people come by, you can go, hey, want to come in and talk? That's really what Facebook is. That's really what social media is about. Now, what I don't want to tell you here is how to set up a Facebook business page. You already know that. I don't even really want to talk about how to increase the number of people who are becoming fans or liking your Facebook page, because if you get the gist of what I'm talking about here and implement it, all that stuff will happen. But I hope that you do realize what you can do with your Facebook fan page. And what I've done here is I've taken just a couple and I've kind of put them together. And over here is Disney. And you'll see Disney, it's talking about their company, but in the context of your experience. It's not about the company, it's about the consumer, yet it's about the company. But it's about how the consumer uses the company. Here, I don't know if anybody ever heard of the company called Mashable? Anybody? Mashable would be one that you need to follow on Twitter and like on Facebook. Because you can learn a lot in social media by just reading Mashable. Because what they do is they take the top stories that are being written on social media and they populate them there for you. And so what you can see they've done here is, you're not going to see the goody stuff underneath here until you first click this like button. Does anybody have that on their Facebook page now, that in order for someone to see a piece of content that's compelling, they first have to like the page? You can do that. You can see here with what Sprite does and putting LeBron James and how awesome you can make these sites. This is one that we did over here that we asked people to like the page before they watched a video, and then they gave us some opt-in information right here. And in order to opt in, we gave them a list of what we call social proof right here of all people who have worked with us in the past, and we gave them an opportunity to tell our story. You know why? Because when someone can tell your story to the person you want it told to, it comes across more credible. Why is that? Because that person thinks you would want, they're thinking, why wouldn't you tell me this? The best form of advertising is when someone talks about your business in a flattering way. And so that's what you're after. And so I don't really want to go into Twitter and YouTube and LinkedIn and all those things. If you need some help on that, I'm more than happy to help you with it. But just understand this idea of social media. It's one of the 4 pillars that you have to develop your broadcast company. And the role that it plays is being very social, very interactive, very community. You want to create a tribe of people that follow you? This is where you do it. All right? So let's go to the 3rd pillar. The 3rd pillar, if you remember, is search media. Now, search media is something that serves the on-demand, I want it right now customer. Not someone that's willing to wait. Not someone that's thinking about buying. But someone that says, I want it right now. Now, is there anybody in here that knows what SEO stands for?
I do.
Okay?
Yes.
You're not going to get a prize.
No, but everybody else has been.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the non-Facebook fan person back there says it's search engine optimize and optimization. What does that mean? What does search engine optimization mean?
You list higher in the rankings on search engine.
That's right. And what are some of the search engines?
Google.
Google's one. Bing, Yahoo. What's the largest search engine? Google. What's the 2nd largest search engine? You're going to be shocked.
Bing.
No.
MSN.
No. No. YouTube. YouTube. Want to fix a roof? Want to fix a leaky faucet? You want to read about it? You want to see it, don't you? Well, guess who owns YouTube? Google. So Google now owns the top 2 search engines that are out there. Did you know that Google will generate $29 billion in revenue this year? $29 billion. And how do they do that? Basically, you type a phrase in, when people take an ad out, you click on it, they get paid. Now, to put that into perspective, you've probably heard a lot about Facebook and the juggernaut Facebook is. I mean, they just had a movie about Facebook and all that. Facebook's making a lot of money. They're doing well. The amount of money that Facebook makes in a year, Google makes in 2 weeks. Now, Facebook just overtook Google to be the number 1 website. Google used to be the number 1 most trafficked website. Now Facebook is. But look at the revenue that Google's making. Now here's the question. Why are they making so much money? They only get paid when people click. So that must mean there's a huge amount of traffic on Google. And if there's a huge amount of traffic on Google, those people are wanting answers now to their questions, and they're wanting to buy products now. Not tomorrow, not in the future, but right now. And so with that said, you can begin to realize, wait a second, I need to get a piece of that pie for my marketing and for my credit union. Now, you're not going to get $29 billion. You're not going to get $1 billion. You're not going to get $315 million, right? Because you're not going to sell your blog. But you can generate some revenue. Well, how would that work? Well, the first thing that you would have to do is you have to find a key phrase that people are searching for. So let's just dream here and say that we're all one collective person who is a marketing director in Denver for a credit union. Okay? So as a marketing director in Denver for a credit union, to implement search media, we've got to find out what is it that people are searching for that I have to offer. So we do some research. Now, I'm not going to show you how to do that. If you want to know, you can come up to me afterward and I'll show you. But in this example in Denver, we found out in our research that 390 people every month are searching those 3 words, Denver CD rates. Now, is there a credit union in here that doesn't offer a CD? You guys all offer CDs, right? Okay. Well, in our Denver credit union, we offer CDs too. 390 people in Denver every month are saying, I want a CD. I need a CD. I want information on CD rates. So as a marketing director in Denver, when I find something that 390 people want, how many of those people could make a difference if I got them as a member of my credit union? Well, it wouldn't take too many, right? That'd be pretty neat. What if one of those 390 people has 250,000? That'd be pretty awesome, wouldn't it? For you to be able to demonstrate and to show, oh, by the way, to your boss, this number of people actually came in and deposited this amount of money, all because they saw something that I posted on Google. Boy, you would be marketing award over here hanging up on your wall, right? So what do you look at when you find a phrase that people are searching for? The first thing that you look at is this number right here that I have the arrow pointing to. Can you see that? What's it say? 266. Do you know what that means? There's 266,000 pieces of content online floating around in the universe that tie to Denver CD rates. Now, it's not all going to be Denver. Some of it's going to be CD. Some of it's going to be just Denver that doesn't have anything to do with it. There's not that much content out there. But the reality of it is that those 266,000 search results are now listed in all the pages in Google.